can go ahead and put us in frame. And I will move you back to the Raza page. Oh, one other relevant part of the recap is that you asked a bunch of questions of the android through a combined hacking / truth serum-like process in which you were able to ask like six or seven different
3, 4, 5, 6. We have successfully asked 6 questions.
successfully asked 6 and got answers to 6 questions.
And we asked the 7th question, but then we started failing.
Yeah.
Or we failed.
So, and the follow-up plan to that was to take one of their memories through a QED and then access that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, what do you want to do first? Do you want to take Grav Tank down into the factory first, or do you want to run the QED and then send somebody into that first?
I mean, the QED will take time to actually run back anyway, from what I recall, so...
It's like accelerates, right?
It does accelerate, yeah, and
so it may still take a while even for the 25. Because we're going like back 24 hours.
Yeah,
no, we're going back more than that now.
Okay,
I guess we have
okay.
two. I guess we have 2 of them too.
Yeah,
so, I mean, we could just do one all the way in 24 hours. So if that smaller sample size, makes it easier to access, I don't know if that's the case or not, but it would. Presumably, it's less data to sort through.
So
And
yeah,
I don't know if we can just like wipe all of it and then say access the last 24 hours. Is that a thing?
No, you can't just say access the last 24 hours. You'll be swimming through a sea of memories, or in the case of 24 hours, a pond of memories. But it's still not easy to access.
So it's good that we have 2.
Yeah, so we'll jam 2 QEDs into those, and then we'll take one off after the 24-hour mark based on the calculations we did earlier, and we'll let the other one run for a while.
All right. Give me just 1 second here. Oh, very good. I do still have...
Can't even remember how many QEDs we have.
At least 8.
I mean, yeah, we've
how
got
many blanks. I know we have all. Yeah, we have all those. I'm pretty sure we had a number of blanks.
Yeah, you did.
That we got from the vault. It should have been written down. Oh yeah, we got 4 QEDs from the vault. So there's that.
Okay. That's not working, so I'm gonna skip that. Leave. Yeah, we don't need to know the exact time that it takes for the QEDs. Unless somebody wants to throw that formula back into the graphing calculator or some such, I will just wing it.
Where was the formula again?
Alpha would probably help.
It is. I actually just copied it, so here you go.
Okay. What is X referring to?
That's how long, right? Or no. Y is. That's how long it wipes, and then X is how long you hold a minute.
Yes. Yeah. X is days in QED. Y is days of memory lost.
Okay. Let me get up.
It really isn't necessary to get that granular, but it would be interesting to know.
You're wrong, Dex. It is necessary.
All right.
What unit is Y in?
They're both in days.
days? Okay. So just 1 day.
I don't think my chat bot is connected.
Can't zoom in. Can't zoom in with Wolfram Alpha without a Pro.
$24 equals 4x.
24. Oh, we just want one equals. And then I don't know how long these things been. How long have these things existed? Years, right? It's been inactive.
Yeah, you've at least confirmed that it doesn't matter if you go over the length of their existence. Alright, so it almost sounds like you guys want to do the QED portion first. Or at least get that started.
Alright, so for 24 hours, x equals 0.2. So
okay.
About 12 minutes. Yeah.
0.2?
Yeah. So 12 minutes. Well, it's a little over 0.2, so it's like 12 or it's like 13 minutes, but whatever.
They're both measured in days, so wouldn't that be 4.8 hours?
I ran mine in hours, so I can just recalculate that. One moment.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So, never mind. If you ran it in hours...
It should be in hours. So yeah, for days, it's 0.009 days. For X.
Which is 0.2 hours. Okay, cool.
So it takes a long time to actually.
So 12 hours, 12 minutes about.
Oh, you said 0.99 days.
No, 0.009 days.
Oh, that's much different.
Yeah.
I was like, that's basically a day.
Alright, stop those. We'll just do that for now.
And it would take 3 days to do about a year's worth of memories.
Okay. So you stick one on one of the androids for 12 minutes. That's about how long it was going to take Reed and a couple of the crew to get the grav tank all prepped and ready for Zoe. And I believe that Nemesis was also going to try and sit down with her and plan this assault, or were you just winging it, Zoe? Or grabbing it?
I think that there's a plan.
Okay.
Alright. You mean, hold on. Let me see the plan that I labeled Operation Homework, where we did not do our homework.
Yep.
The plan is violence. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more plan there is than introduce grav tank to the situation.
I know, but I don't think that's adequate to be considered a plan.
Did I just get disconnected? No, it was.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine as far as telling the GM what you want to do, but it's not sufficient for the planner focus.
Gotcha. Yeah,
or you should introduce Maurice. Yeah, I mean, I do think we send some ground troopers because they're just, I guess, just drop down with it in the drop pod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My inclination is drop them down on the drop pod, put a few people in the give the grav tank a crew, so one pilot, one person on the guns, probably one other person
disconnected?
to. Dex, can you hear us? Dex!
I can't hear you, so give me just a second here.
All right. Anyways, we drop pod down with Zoe piloting.
Yeah. Grav
tank with Elena, right, as the gunner.
Yeah, that sounds right. Elena is the gunner, the grav tank pilot, and then just for the sake of having some support in there to do general engineering things.
Yeah, well, I think you want a few people just boots on the ground, because like say for example, the grav tank can't do corners, or can't fit into small spaces.
So I think for that we can probably just send down our crew androids for that, or the general androids for that, for the
Jewel and Volt.
Yeah, Jewel and Volt.
Who do we want piloting the drop pod? Is that Navarro again, or they've been on quite a few operations lately?
Okay, I can hear you again.
Hey.
Yeah, good. I don't know. They seem to really like piloting things, so
I guess we asked Navarro how they feel about piloting the drop pod again.
Natalia? Yep. She is.
Natalia, yeah.
She's very cool with it.
Okay. I just feel like they've been on a lot of operations lately.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I guess my inclination there is then yeah, we'll send down drop pod with the crew androids, Zoe with Elena as the gunner, maybe send along one of our other crew members just for engineering support in there while she's doing that.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to send down any other vehicles?
Oh yeah, you'd mentioned doing that at the end of the last session too, sending down a couple of the the armored car. And the oh gosh, what was the other one we had?
The ATV, I think, is the other one we have. But we can probably just send down the armored car, I think.
Yeah, I think 2 vehicles would be plenty.
So send down the armored car with
who drove it last time? I feel like that was one of the was it Gwen? No. Who did drive the car last time?
Me.
No, that was a crew. I thought we had a crew member driving it at some point.
Well, let's just send it down. Let's just send it down with say let's give him Saul, or let's put Saul, Macy, Elizabeth, and Asta in the car just to. There should probably only need one of them, but a few of them can probably get out and use the car as cover to fire if need be.
Saul, who was the other one? You said
Asta, Elizabeth, and Macy.
We'll just call it as backup. Saul, Asta, Elizabeth, Macy, and the armored car's backup.
Okay.
Yeah, seems good.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to go down? I think actually Nemesis and Charlie are both injured right now, so it might not be a good idea for them to go.
Yeah. I'm not heavily injured, but I would like to stay because that was, to me, that was a close call, even though I was perfectly fine.
Right. That's fair. We also need you to go in the memories, too.
Oh, I thought we were going to use... Oh, yeah, I thought we were going to use androids for those.
No, we're putting you through it.
No.
Look, I don't want the androids getting overwritten by android memories. I'm not entirely sure how that will work. And you, as a programmer, are thus the most android-like person we have.
Wow. 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 You can't just call someone an android like that.
I believe I just did.
Yeah, but you can't. That is not socially acceptable.
You can't just ask somebody why their nose is so big.
Regardless, we're throwing you through it.
Alright, so basically y'all just going down there to sweep out all the androids, right? So basically guns blazing.
I didn't catch that.
Just basically y'all are just going down to the factory of the vehicles to sweep out all the androids.
Yeah, sweep out all the androids and collect more bits as needed and figure out what the hell is going on with the other robots in there that they were messing with. Which Zoe can probably do on her own, honestly. She's the one with technical expertise.
Alright, anything else you need, Dexter?
I think that's it. Since you're wanting to know what's going on with the with whatever they were taking apart in there, I'm assuming you're also trying not to just obliterate the entire factory, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it's basically just specifically targeting the androids.
Okay.
Yeah, if we were trying to obliterate the entire factory, I'd just be shelling the area.
Fair enough. Okay. Dang it, I skipped past what I was looking for.
Which, incidentally, I'm going to go ahead and suggest, like, we put on the comms here, all individuals in the area stay away from this region, and then we do shell anyone approaching from the sky with the ship.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get some NPCs on the map there. I just want to see them. Well, not NPCs. Names and figures on the map.
Yeah. Do you want to add that bit to the plan, Nemesis?
Which part?
The info on our broadcast system, inform all individuals to stay away from the area around the facility, and then the Raza will shell anyone who moves within the perimeter we set up to keep them away from it.
Obliterate anyone who approaches the facility.
I mean, I don't know about you, but sometimes I like to rain thunder down upon these unsuspecting mortals.
Look, sometimes you need to announce yourself with a 24-hour planetary barrage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, it's just like a formal introduction.
Yeah, it's basically.
This is me. This is what I can do.
Oh, I know who to send with. Here. You can also take Ivan with you.
With Elena?
Yeah.
In the tank?
In the tank.
I don't need her. I don't need him.
Yeah, that's too bad. Jai wasn't paying attention and ordered Ivan to go with you as well as Elena. They were the nearest people by.
On my way out, I tell Armstrong that it's very important that he stick with the captain at all times.
Yes, sir.
If we're going to be doing asshole things to each other. Have fun with that.
All right, so you've got 3 people in the grav tank. Where are the androids? Are they in the drop pod?
They're in the drop pod.
Okay.
And then we have those 4 in the car.
All right. The 4 androids in the drop pod part of itself will be a tight fit. With it having the combat stats in the grav tank.
They're in the, well.
Oh, they're in the cargo container.
They're in the cargo container.
Got it.
Sorry.
Okay.
They were supposed to be the ground forces. I suppose we should probably send like one guard along with Natario just to keep her protected. So we'll go ahead and put Ephraim with her in the proper.
Okay.
Good idea. Just to be clear, Ivan's not part of the plan.
Yep. If Ivan has to do anything, he does it without the benefit of the plan.
It's fine. He's just there for engineer. He's just there to provide help to Zoe and Lena as needed.
Yes, he'll be very helpful.
He's just there to throw grit into the works, you know?
He is just there to add some excitement to your first outing in the tank.
All right.
In Maurice.
Wow, that's a lot of people down here. Let's go ahead and remove all of them.
We should probably get a grav tank token.
Oops. How did Maurice get down there? All right, well that's fine.
Maurice drove down there.
Yeah.
Good old
I'm
Maurice.
more question how the label got down there. I guess they got captured when I copied the others.
Yeah, you can copy those just the same as anything else.
Oh, I know that. I just didn't realize I'd grabbed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really easy to accidentally grab those.
Actually, did we clarify what weapons the grav tank is equipped with?
Zoe did beforehand.
I thought you did.
Oh yeah, you did.
I sort of did. I said there was a choice you could have for the third one. So do you prefer a second Hydra array, or a wheat cutter belt, or a pair of mag rifles or spike throwers?
Look, I'm a child of the 80s. If you give me the option for Macross Missile Massacre, that's what I'm going to go with.
Okay, so I guess it has 2 Hydra arrays on it then.
Which is really good for blowing up the factory. Not so great for precision wiping out groups of androids.
None of your weapons are good for any precision. You've got an anti-vehicle laser.
Yeah, I can really fuck up one
at a time.
One dude. One dude gets really screwed up.
I should point out, Hydra Ray can fire to suppress, and also its thing allows you to attack with a basic attack 3 people at once.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying there's gonna be some collateral damage from that. I
imagine. No, we're using the small missiles.
Little micro missiles.
Aren't the small missiles just like way more of them?
Probably.
It's like a Jericho missile, but without the big boom, the small boom.
I'll clarify for you all. The anti-vehicle laser and the Hydra array will result in collateral damage.
Are you sure you don't want to go with the smaller weapon?
No, I want 2 Hydra arrays.
All right, you heard her.
Just because I'm just because I'm using it for this now doesn't mean later I won't need it for something bigger.
At least this is part of the plan. I can aid you on the ability to avoid massive collateral damage.
I guess at the very least you can just run people over with the tank.
All right, so let's go ahead and you're right, I don't have a tank pog. I really should have thought about that. What's funny is that there's kind of a tank pog-like thing over here. I just covered it with something. Oh, no, it didn't look anything like a tank. It only looks like a tank on the outside edges, which is why I covered it with something else.
Mm.
Okay.
You can size up a drone token.
just give me a box.
All right, go ahead and draw yourself a box, because that way you can control it.
You can draw your own box with blackjack and hookers.
It's got to be able to.
And you know what? Forget the blackjack.
That's fine. I don't really need exact dimensions here. I more or less just need to know kind of where you are, where you're going. In fact, we could just use your Zoe token for that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Zoe is the tank.
Zoe is the tank. So you drive the grav tank down the ramp, and as you're going, you see the same androids. Well, once you get past this forklift, unless you want to run it over, you see the same group of androids that you saw before. Is anybody seeing my arrow?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, because I'm not seeing it on stream, which seems weird. Huh.
It is weird.
Okay, that's fine. And your plan calls for as precision destruction as possible. You've got some obstructions in your way, namely these door frames and the doors themselves.
Ram them.
You could certainly drive or ram right into them. The grav tank should be able to push and crush through them. And the robots, as soon as they see you, turn and begin firing. They can't hurt the grav tank unless they, unless you let them get really in close, and then I'll have to figure out if they can hurt the grav tank.
So how much does me drifting over them, damage them? Like, I know I'm floating on a cushion of grav energy or whatever, but does that mean that I can still crush them under it?
I mean, I feel like it would. I mean,
The grav portion, I feel like, doesn't interact with the Earth all that much, but I also feel like you should be able to lower it enough that it is scraping them across. You can run them over.
Cool. Dope. That's the plan. I'm gonna Tokyo drift around this thing. I'm gonna shoot some high energy pulses into there to get their attention from down here. Going in. And then once they start coming out to these doors, I'm gonna bust through it.
Okay. Is Zoe shooting or is Elena shooting?
No, Elena's shooting.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get those character sheets up. I hope you already have, or, well, yeah, bring the character sheets up. I didn't ask you to do that before, so I can't say I hope you hyped them up already.
Why? Yeah. Why would I have them up?
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
That's why I retracted.
How dare you blame me for something that I had no possible way of knowing?
You're right. I retract.
Anyway.
Go ahead and give me a pilot, either int or dex pilot from Zoe, and a skill check from Elena. She can have a +1 on this in addition to being proficient.
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Who wants to be Elena here? Let's see. We've got Meowkin and Jai taking major part in the QED. So let's have Nox.
Makes sense to me.
Nox, shoot the gun.
Balance in all things.
Is that Elena?
Yep. And just to remind, a quick and easy shortcut is to hold Shift and double click on Elena's Pog.
Okay. There we go. And then I'm firing gun.
Just do a skill check. You can label it if you want. The rolling skills for NPCs is in the top right corner. And go ahead and give her
direct violence check, or?
No, that'll just, you can click that, but that'll just copy it into the screen. You want to go to the top right where it says quick rolls, and you'll see a skill that says +2 in that little box.
Oh, yes.
You can click that. It'll give you a little section where you can type in what she's doing, or you can just leave it at skill, I think it leaves it at.
Yep.
Next dialogue should be if she's proficient. She is. And I believe there's a final dialogue for any modifiers, and that would just be a 1. Nope. That's right, NPCs don't get that box. So she does have a +1 on this. Elena is remarkably precise. Zoe is keeping the tank stable and making it easy for Elena to hit targets. And with just the anti-vehicle laser, she is remarkably precise. And has scorched straight through one of the androids, causing only a little bit of damage as the anti-vehicle laser pierces right through it.
Dope.
This does inspire or outrage androids into walking out of the room with their guns, their cannons, their lasers blazing. I'll put a couple of android pogs down here.
Somebody forgot to tell them that when a tank comes, you don't run towards it. Idiots.
Idiots.
They technically aren't running towards it. They're just taking the only exit that is currently available. Until somebody blows out that window behind them. That might actually take some doing, though. It's a fairly solid window.
Wouldn't take long with the grav tank.
No.
Wait, you're saying that... Oh, shoot. I haven't clicked on the wrong thing. This is a window?
No, all the way back here.
Oh, this is a window. Okay,
yeah, this is the only exit they actually have.
Gotcha.
Unless we shoot through the window.
Right. You could give them an extra exit, shoot out that window.
But we still haven't figured out what these open up into. Am I remembering that correctly?
That was no, we didn't have good visuals on it, but we saw it was like some track-based robots.
Mm-hmm. That the androids appeared to be disassembling.
Gotcha.
All right, so you've got these a couple of these androids here approaching you with lasers blasting.
I have a question. What's the This is gonna make me sound like a total nerd. What's the turn rate on the turret?
Fast enough, and Zoe can maneuver the grav tank fast enough that even if it's too slow, it's fast enough.
Yeah, because what I want to do is I want to keep her shooting, but I want to spin the bottom of the grav tank so that we can fling them if they try to get too close.
So like a get a wheat cutter belt.
Yeah, sort of.
Like a fucking Beyblade.
Yes, there we go. That's the one I was looking for.
Okay. Well, thank you for the context there. The turn rate on the turret will not be fast enough to keep up with a spinning grav tank if you want to actually deal any damage. If you just want to push them and make it difficult for them to get to it, then it is fast enough. But if you want to knock into them and fling them,
yeah, I don't need to fling them. I just don't want them climbing up the opening the hatch and throwing grenades in.
So you don't want to Tokyo drift into them anymore?
Sick.
What's up?
You don't want to Tokyo drift into them anymore?
I mean, it's a grav tank. We can do both.
Sure.
Right? I mean, there's no wheels. It's not like we have to go in a certain direction.
Well, that's true. Up at the Raza, you are... Nemesis is seeing all the radio communication pings. There are communications going underground now, obviously. And it's gotten scattered.
Have we not figured out how to jam that shit yet?
What's that?
Have we not figured out how to jam that shit yet?
No.
Oh.
You've not. It's not quite as coherent as it was before. It's not going to 16 or 20 distinct locations. There seems to be a lot more scattering. Makes it a little bit more difficult to pin down locations as it kind of spider silks across the city. But you can still see that there's a general tendency of this web, this communication web, contracting around the location of the factory.
Gotcha. So we're really pissing them off by coming here. Great.
You appear to be really pissing them off by coming here.
Awesome.
Maybe we'll get use out of those Hydra arrays after all. Assuming we don't just blow them up. Assuming we don't just blow them off with the Raza.
Yeah. I mean, they are sort of giving away their position.
Yeah. But we did also tell them, publicly announce that we will blow them up with the Raza.
Yeah.
they're kind of in a bind there. Unless they have another way to get there, which technically I know of a way for them to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Underground, from a different location.
So, Xander, what is the plan here? I know that you're spinning the tank almost like a Beyblade, or at least making it difficult for any of them to climb on. You're also trying to ram them, and Elena is shooting them, right?
Yeah, we're the big target, so that all the androids look at us while the rest of our friends come in and actually, shoot them. And while we're there, we shoot them too because we happen to have a big fucking gun. Right?
Okay.
That was the plan. I assume that's the plan.
Yeah.
And that was the androids and Ifram with them, right? Those are the ones that were coming down?
Yes.
Think
Ifram
was staying with Natario. Yeah, he's specifically on guard duty for Natario.
That's right.
That's the pilot of the drop pod.
Right.
So it's your androids versus their androids, and you have a grav tank.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, basically, this is not. I'm the breachhead, which is what you use tanks for, and these are the guys who are actually going to do all the work.
I mean, we've also got the armored car too, which is better suited for shooting androids. Technically.
Let's go ahead and get a tactics roll from.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I'm not. I'm not there. Zoe's there. Over the comms, you hear cackling.
I don't think Zoe's really there either. She's sort of beyond this now.
Oh shit. Apparently on my character sheet, I did give myself the assassin trait. Hilarious.
Oh, did you? Nice. Okay.
That was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. I just never noticed that I didn't take it back off.
What are you talking about that?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and have Nemesis roll a quick administer check. This check is part of the plan, so it could benefit from your own administer.
Okay, doke.
Help your administer with administer.
Okay. There's no need to. Let's get one last pilot check from Zoe and one last gunning check from Elena. Let's get Zoe over here. Spinning.
Ooh, I don't like that. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
Much better. See, the trick is the first one was Dex and the second one was Intelligence.
Oh yeah. Okay. Both of those are again sufficient to keep androids away from the tank, while Elena is laying down effectively suppressive fire with an anti-vehicle laser. She is trying to actually hit the androids, of course, but she's being cautious of the goods that you want protected within that little area. And the 3 androids that you brought down are acting tactically enough that while it takes some time with them taking cover and firing, and you forcing androids, evil androids, out of cover with the grav tank, you are able to put them down with nobody taking any damage.
For all we know, they're good androids, and we're the evil.
I'm not going to give you that, though.
We don't have skulls on our helmets. Duh. Although now that I think about it, that would be pretty sweet.
It would be pretty cool. And then you look at your buddy and you say, "Are we the baddies?"
All right. The scene is a massacre of android parts and laser scorches all throughout this room. You've definitely done some collateral damage to the robots that you want to inspect, but it also definitely could have been a lot worse. This poor forklift is slagged. Nobody's taking that home.
Damn it. Not Jonathan.
I knew we should have taken it sooner.
Yep, nope. Jonathan is beyond saving. It was a nice forklift too. Looked like it had some nice grav tech in it.
It was pre-tech, a pre-tech forklift.
Yep, and we totally wasted it.
I mean, it was a pre-tech. If it was pre-tech, it was a pre-tech forklift we already damaged by trying to slam it into the wall.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you actually look at it, the forks were never connected to the car. You were just supposed to use your mind to lift the box, and the car was just there. It's a Psy forklift.
That'd be awesome.
All right, you're in the factory with a grav tank and a couple of androids. The above ground, the Spider-Fine network of communications has thinned even more. The one thing that Nemesis can really pick out at this point is an int program check.
I'm going to guess that if they're how linked they are, basically, it's like a what do you call it? Kind of like hive mind, but like the more of them there are, the more intelligent they are.
Well, you know? Nemesis can certainly make that guess, but that's not the information that I'm giving you.
Okay.
The information that Nemesis is able to confidently parse out from the data that she's seen is they've definitely broken out from their groups of 5. In fact, it would look like they're actually trying to spread themselves far and thin. And it may have something to do with the blast radius of the Roz's cannons.
Oh. I suppose that makes sense as well. But, I mean, so long as they're fighting the Canadians, they're not really that worried about them.
It also, that spreading out like that also does make them more exposed to the Canagirans.
It does. It also exposes the other Canagirans to the Canagirans.
Yep. Man, this is getting bloody. Yeah.
Battle continues to rage in the city above the factory here. But the factory is silent, aside from the light thrum of the grav tank. Now that it's clear, what do you guys want to do down here?
I want to park in such a way that I can get out of the grav tank and look at these robots.
Okay. Alright, Zoe comes out and inspects the robots. Remember, these are... I baked them into the map, so they're not there.
These ones.
Yes, the robots behind them.
I don't want to inspect the robots that are on the map. I want to inspect the black space behind them. The void. Beware lest you look upon the void. Something... you become the void. I don't know. Something like that.
The void gaze is back.
I'm not so worried about that.
Well, it does. The robots do have some facsimile of a face.
Okay, well, I turned the corner. How dead am I?
You are not dead at all yet.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fun.
So behind these shuttered doors, and that's what these all were, is shuttered doors. are dozens of these sturdy-looking tracked robots. Zoe's looking at them while, let's say, your androids are keeping a watch, and you also know that folks upstairs are, in the car upstairs, are keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
They don't appear to have any weapons. They could certainly use any of their arms or implements at weapons as melee weapons, but they don't appear to be designed for that. Let's see. They are fairly squat, measuring about oops, sorry. They're not squat. To save space, they're actually standing. The tracks climb up their legs for saving space. Well, not legs, but up their stalk, their frame, to save some amount of space, so that they can all stand flush with each other. You see several anchor points for attachments that would allow them to perhaps attach weapons, but they really don't look like they're designed for that.
Tools of some kind, possibly.
Tools, most likely. How long does Zoe want to spend poring over these robots?
You're asking the person who likes technology how long they want to look at this brand new technology that they get to look at until they stop or are stopped?
Okay. All right.
And no one there is really going to stop you, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't until somebody starts firing lasers down the hallway at us. I mean, I don't until they can't anymore.
Yeah.
For a while.
Go ahead and roll me an int fix.
Kablamo.
Yeah. Well, okay. All right.
I will know everything about these robots.
It doesn't take Zoe long to figure out how to actually activate one enough that she can get it to come out of this cramped space and inspect it further. Does she do that?
So my first, can I ask some questions before I do that?
Sure.
Does it look like the Star? Oh, what the fuck is that corporation called? The other androids.
The
Spectre Star?
Spectre. Yeah.
Do the Spectre Star androids look like they were trying to activate or trying to disassemble these robots?
Oh, that's right. You did have that question. That looks definitely like they were disassembling these robots. You can corroborate that with the fact that they appeared to be packing up parts from these robots into concise containers that fit neatly into their self-repair functions.
So they were cannibalizing these robots. Okay.
They were cannibalizing these robots.
Okie dokie.
These robots were spare parts with which they could repair themselves.
Yeah, okay.
Boring.
I mean, I think I would do a lot of physical inspection of the robot before I turned one on.
Okay.
And I would be fine with having to crawl around them or whatever. I'm like, she's a little obsessed, but she's not stupid.
Fair enough. All right. Crawling around them. It is cramped, but Zoe's also fairly small. They look like farming bots. Farther in, into the recess here, are even farming attachments. A till, a bulldozer, or mini bulldozers.
Plows and whatnot.
What's that?
Seed layers.
Yeah, seed layers. Those giant shovels that you put on tractors.
I assume there's also just one like hose attachment. It's got that little spout.
There's a couple of those.
One robot has to do irrigation. Anyway, all right.
And there are at least 100 of these here.
Okay. Sounds like we have an army of farm things. Oh, you know what could really use some farming? Our little town in the desert.
Yeah, probably. We probably could drop them off there.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Or the colony that we're eventually going to set up on TMNT 77. Mm-hmm.
We don't even know if there's planets there.
Look, it's good to plan ahead. That's all I'm saying. Especially when you can only go once every 3 months.
Wasn't it a black hole?
Yeah.
What sort of condition would, even if there was a planet somehow there?
Yeah, it's great. No, it's great because normally you have to wait for the seasons, but time is different on that planet. So you send in the robots, they grow the food, and they kick it back out to you, and you get a delivery every, 5 minutes instead of every 5 years.
Where is it? Where? How does this planet have any season of?
I think you broke him, Xander.
It's not like you're getting sunlight from the black hole.
No, you see,
because the accretion disk would actually create sunlight. Well, black hole light, but still.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
It's
any significant degree.
Yeah.
How the whole point of a black hole was stuff that goes in it does not come out.
Yeah, but there's a lot of shit around it. Black holes don't just form out of nothing.
Remember, black holes actually do release energy in the form of like Hawking radiation and stuff.
Yeah, but we don't want irradiated crops. We want.
I'm just saying,
what do you call sunlight?
I really just kind of doubt that black holes have any sort of livable planets around them. If it's even possible for them to have planets around them.
I think that the planets would have to be pretty far out.
Yes.
Most black holes do have a sister star, though, so
So the little bit that I can contribute here is that I read a paper some time ago that theorized or proposed or dataized that living on a planet or orbiting a black hole is possible. Life only needs a change in temperature or an exchange of energy, and first of all, the cosmic microwave background is currently kind of enough for that. But also there's the accretion disk, which is outside the event horizon of the black hole and does produce light.
Because it's hot compressed gas, which is what a sun is. So
yeah, a black hole is basically just a sun that is a ring instead of a ball.
Yeah. The only reason you can actually see them.
But all of this is very much theoretical. We still don't know what's at TMNT. Damn it, Xander. TMT.
I'm going to keep adding that N until I break you.
TMNT.
You already have.
TMNT.
So you've got over 100 agrobots here. And yes, that is actually what they're called, is agrobot.
Hopefully I don't get too aggro. Should it be agri?
No, it's Spanish.
Agra. Yeah, okay. So
all right. I assume you've got more details like explicitly written down for these decks because you usually do.
I do, but I'm gonna hold off on inundating you guys with that.
It's not immediately relevant.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like once you feel up for that, I'll just take whatever you've gotten written down and throw it in the inventory with the rest of the stuff.
If you guys end up taking these, I'll give you the full details in Discord.
Okay. Yeah.
Because then you'll have plenty of time.
I'm sure we can find a use for them somewhere, but not in the middle of a battlefield.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you can probably sell a bunch of farming robots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Once I figure out that they're farming robots and not like special, or are they special? They're TL6 farming robots.
Nope. They do not appear to be even TL5.
Right. Okay. So they're post Scream.
They were built pre-Scream. They just aren't. They don't have any pre-tech qualities to them.
Well, that's annoying.
They don't.
The harvester blades aren't like monomolecular blades or anything crazy like that.
No.
Monomolecular blades are TL4.
Yeah.
The control system isn't like based on fish schooling or some nonsense.
Nope.
Also sounds like TL4.
It's all run by an AI.
Nope. Nope.
You're telling me that they're not like farming robots that operate under paracausal principles, so the crops are harvested before they're even planted?
Okay, fine. I will tell you that they are very cleverly networked so as to almost be an AI, but only for. Well, actually, no. This does qualify as an AI, but not the crazy kind of AI. They are networked in a way that will learn how to properly agriculture an area, and that doesn't really need a whole lot of human intervention except for feeding the initial data, seeding, if you will, the initial data. I know, right? After that, they are very low maintenance, very sturdy, and they can adapt to changes in weather and climate.
Ooh. Cool. Yeah, they sound dope. They sound useful.
What also sounds dope is the sound of laser fire hitting your car up above ground. It, of course, doesn't do anything because I foolishly gave that thing grav tank armor as well.
Why do you think I sent it down here instead of the ATV, Dax?
Oh, I know exactly why you sent it down.
So something's firing at the car. I assume that also means you're hearing the sound of the Raza blowing stuff up.
What would the Raza like to target?
One android at a time, I assume.
There's laser fire coming down at the car, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, there is.
It's firing at wherever the laser fire is coming from.
All right. I am going
which I'm going to guess is a single android.
I am going to need a targeting solution on that. So let's go ahead and get a combined int program from someone and a int or dex shoot from someone else, or just an NPC that's proficient.
Probably
like Lieber's our gunner.
Yeah.
So I guess I can do a program check.
Okay.
Go for it.
As I hack into it. No, just kidding. Not hacking.
Now I'm sure you've heard, but lasers are very fast. They are light, so they travel at the same speed that light travels.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
This isn't G.I. Joe.
Or is it?
Or Star Wars.
No, there would be a lot less people getting hit if it was G.I. Joe.
I actually don't. Are lasers like a continuous beam that hits something for a few seconds, or just
no?
Like
they're a dashed line. Oh, you mean in this?
I mean, it's a beam for like a brief blip of a second, right?
The better lasers are pulsed charges, or pulsed beams. Sorry. So it's a tiny fraction of a second, and then a tiny fraction of a second, and then a tiny fraction of a second, all within tiny fractions of a second.
Mm-hmm.
I do make laser light or laser weapons visible, so you see the glow of the laser heating the air. It's as hard to figure out where a laser attack is coming from as it would be if somebody were firing a rifle at you. The best way to do it is get outside and look at what damage was done, what angle it came from, etc., etc. However, Nemesis is able to give an approximate location where the laser fire came from. It was a couple of shots, and it kind of it smells like a probing attack.
Do a probing attack. Crush it utterly.
If you were to fire the Raza's weapons on the range that Nemesis has given, you will end up flattening 2 buildings, or at least heavily damaging 2 buildings.
Well, guess we're damaging 2 buildings, I guess.
Go ahead and roll for Elena.
You mean Libra?
Libra, yeah, sorry. Do you need me to put her out on the screen for you?
No, I've got her thing. Okay. It's just a skill check, right?
It is just a skill check. That is, well, it could be better, and someone could try to assist her.
You can have one of the probably other crew members assist her, I guess.
In what manner?
I mean, probably giving her more targeting solutions. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what you mean otherwise.
Yeah, I'm looking for what kind of what form of assistance she would get. It needs to be something other than the targeting, because it needs to be a different skill check.
What if it was all part of the plan?
You did account for this, so go ahead and roll the plan, HJ.
Aha!
Okay.
We see all. We plan for all.
You actually did plan on firing on anyone that got close. I'll count this. With that, the targeting takes a zigzag line through the buildings marked by Nemesis, or along the path marked by Nemesis as most likely firing locations based on what you can see of walls on those buildings, firing lines, and the Raza's weapons go cascading through these buildings, blowing chunks past the car, and even a chunk of building goes clattering down this ramp towards the bots at the bottom, the androids at the bottom. As the rubble settles, the building begins to collapse in on the rubble. And there's more dust kicked into the air. There's no more immediate laser fire.
Solves that problem.
I'm
going to guess that was 1 to 2 androids. So.
There is still a spider-fine network of communications from the androids.
Yeah. They're all going to be trying to sneak in.
How dare they?
With their
How dare they?
little pea shooter rifles.
All right, is Zoe doing anything else downstairs?
No, now that we're being shot at. Well, actually, I guess she'd ask what's going on.
Oh, I moved myself to the top map, but not you guys. Okay, well that's fine.
Yeah, I'm still down here looking at farming robots.
My bad. And what's crazy is I've got the stream view up on like 3 screens. I can see it in 3 different places. I should also move it like this. Apologies for my inattention.
For shame.
I know, right? So yeah, Volt picks up the piece of a gargoyle's head that has rolled down the building and holds it up for inspection.
Gargoyle's head?
Yeah. A gargoyle's head has rolled down the ramp into the factory.
The building that collapsed was the factory? The
No.
one right above us? Okay, I'm very
No.
confused
The
about what's
Roz's
going on
weapons
now.
have scattered, have just exploded pieces of the building that it hit all over the place.
Okay, well, I call Jai and I tell him, hey, this robot army that you promised me, it looks like farming androids.
Farming androids.
Androids?
Nope,
Robots?
these aren't even androids. These are just robots.
Yeah, just robots.
Ah.
Farming robots. Pretty advanced. I mean, if we could get a pretty sick farm going, but
well, if you want to collect them, fine. If you've got the remains of any of those other other androids down there, bring those up as well. We might as well load them into the drop pod and bring them up.
yeah. Or after you're done having fun, we could just land the Raza, right?
And I don't know, maybe not try to load up things like that in the middle of a war zone.
Whatever.
I mean, how many tons of androids are there? Or tons of robots?
My mouth opens, but the DM's voice speaks through me, saying,
At least 100.
100 tons of farming robots. Fuck yeah.
Well, yeah, just bring them up in the drop pod, do a couple of runs, I suppose. We're just going to hover over here for a while and make sure no one approaches the area.
Okie dokie. Send some.
What's that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll be able, they can kind of sneak up in small units. It was the thrust of Dexter's little stunt there with the laser against the car.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
So basically, if we want to get these out of here, we're gonna have to like sterilize the city around the factory. Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. I mean, 100 tons of fucking farming robots sounds pretty dope to me. Pretty worth it.
I mean, I'm not suggesting it's the right thing to do. I'm just suggesting it's a thing to do to make it safe. It's either that or we deal with deal with the whole Android problem. But then, of course, you have the Kenny Garen problem. I don't think they're going to be reasonable about the whole thing either.
Yeah, you don't think they're going to just let us leave with 100 tons of farming robots?
They're probably feeling pretty entitled to them, yes.
Well, I don't see the particular need to communicate to them.
Fucking bad for them.
Speaking of communication, Armstrong is requesting permission to enter the bridge.
Enter, I guess.
Armstrong passes through the secured bridge entry and salutes Jai as she gets on the bridge.
She? Has it been a she this whole time?
Sorry. No, they.
Oh, okay.
As they get on the bridge.
I'm gonna laugh if Armstrong I don't want to say it out loud. I don't want to give Jai ideas or Dex ideas.
I love ideas.
This is when Armstrong betrays us. Pulls that pistol.
They've been an undercover Galactic Mandate agent the entire time.
Yep. Their cover was that they were too weird for us to think that they could possibly be a government agent.
Oh God.
Well, if Armstrong betrays you guys right now, It's very subtle. Armstrong salutes, stands at attention for an uncomfortable number of seconds, and then continues onto the bridge. Zoe said you needed my services, sir.
Did she?
Yes, sir.
Great. I want you to.
Oh, at the same time, as Jai is saying this, you're getting a communication hail.
Great. I want you to just hold that android down while the QED works. I point at the one that's going to be under for a while.
Oh, whoops! Was Jai not on the bridge?
No, I think I was down handling the. Well,
no, that makes sense.
I think I was down handling the QED stuff
okay,
for a little
bit. Ignore the requesting permission to enter the bridge. They just walked up, saluted for that uncomfortable number of seconds, and then continued.
I like to imagine that it was only uncomfortable for everybody else. Jai didn't notice they were there, and Armstrong's fine with just standing there at attention.
Yeah, Jai was not paying attention, so.
Holding the android down. Yes, sir. And you are getting notified from whoever you have left on the bridge, if anyone, that there is a communication hail.
Great. Can you put it through down to the workshop? I assume we're doing this in the workshop.
Yeah. Either the workshop or the advanced lab.
Right. Yeah, advanced lab makes sense. Put it through to the lab.
Who did you leave on bridge?
Who's our highest ranking crew member other than Elena?
Well, you haven't promoted anybody else.
Alexei's on the bridge right now.
Okay.
I love how we constantly are like, somebody's gonna steal the Raza, and then none of us ever stay on the bridge. Ever. All of us are like, somebody else will take care of it.
I'm gonna start assuming that maybe you start putting security on the bridge too? One person maybe?
Well, then we have to trust them.
God, oh, that's true.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Nobody's allowed to have guns on the bridge.
Scotty is handling it.
You have a small armory on the bridge. You have a small personal armory.
Oh.
I mean, I can also just post one of my station keeping drones there to hover menacingly.
Oh dear.
Okay. Alexei asks if you want it to the just the public display, the open display, or directly to you.
Just put it through directly to me.
Okay. In his ear, Jai gets an immediate screeching in Persian. It apparently is Nasim Nasuri, demanding to know what he is firing on her city for.
We were receiving fire from, I assume, androids within those buildings. You did hear the broadcast, didn't you?
And so you level entire city blocks? Are you a psychopath?
We did not level an entire city block. We leveled 2 buildings.
I see why nobody likes you.
Well, that's hurtful.
That's just rude.
What do we ever do to you?
Other than level 2 buildings.
I mean, it's not like there was anybody in them.
You put some pretty big potholes along the whole street, too.
Well,
one really big pothole.
We're creating the opportunity for them to create the jobs to fill those potholes.
The city is already a war zone. I'm not sure what you want from me.
These troops are not destroying vital structures. How are we supposed to ever rebuild if the entire city is in crumbles?
The entire city will not be in crumbles. Just a small radius around this area if we keep being under assault.
Who is even assaulting you?
I assume androids.
Oh, these androids. Aren't you done with them yet?
Not quite.
What is taking you so long?
What's taking you so long?
I wasn't aware you were a programming expert.
I don't know anything about these androids. I just want you and them gone.
Working on it.
We are working on it.
Well, try and leave me a city before you go.
Well, if you want to establish a broad perimeter outside the radius we designated,
I'm not helping you.
Well, then you'll have to take what you get.
And I would say that she says something very mean in Persian, but Jai understands what she says, and it is very mean.
Yeah.
And then she hangs up.
Does she wish for him to do upon himself an anatomical improbability?
I think it's probably something more like Die a Thousand Deaths by Soap Bubbles or something.
Oh, okay, fun. All right.
I love that song.
Wait, what? Please tell me that's not a real song. Oh no.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh no. She says something more threatening, but it is to that effect of die a thousand deaths by some incredibly painful substance or process. I'm really not good at insults.
Spoon.
Oh dear.
But why a spoon? 'Cause it'll hurt more, you twit.
Oh dear.
You're also getting you're now getting a hail from Theodosius.
Yeah, put that through.
Good day, Mr. Rao. Just wanted to update you on the security situation. We were holding a perimeter around this factory for you, along with the gentle crew in your car. A beautiful car, that is. But I just wanted to let you know that there are androids around us.
Right. Can you continue to hold that position, or would it be better to retreat to a more secure area at this point?
Oh, I believe we have a good secured position here, sir. But
right.
There certainly are a lot of them.
That's good. That's good to know. I have an idea. Can you feed the precise coordinates of these androids to our gunner?
Oh, you're not going to use that big ship of yours, are you?
Are you too close to them?
Might be a bit scary. Could be a wee bit hairy. Yeah.
Are you rhyming on purpose?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure I believe him. Right. Well, fall back if you need to. For the time being, do what you can to keep them out.
If I feed you this data, you won't fire without telling us, will you?
No.
Do you know what you intend to do?
If there's any large groupings of them, I think I have an idea.
Jolly good, sir. Let me just get my data technician on that. Up. Very good. Incoming feed.
All right.
And
so,
yeah, you start receiving combined video and coordinate information from both of the mercenary squads that you've paid quite generously, or that you're going to pay quite generously.
I think I already took the money out, so we did pay. Yeah, we did pay quite generously.
Did you take out the full 100?
Was it the full 100? No, I took out the first part.
Okay, yeah. They might have some disagreement with you if you decide that what they're doing is not worth the extra pay.
I mean, it will be. I'm not going to go back on that word.
Okay.
That's just bad. That's just rude.
It is just rude. It is.
What am I, a megacorp?
Right? Nobody wants to be that. Except the people that do.
Right.
All right. Yes, any further attempts at trying to pin down their locations, Nemesis, or target them, gets a +1 from the data feed you're getting from both mercenary teams.
Okay.
Additionally, from that data, you can see that the androids have firing lines on, and I am going to move you guys on the map this time, not just me. They have firing lines on the exit. On the ramp, on the exit ramp.
Noted.
And they have those from multiple angles.
Noted.
And although Theodosius said that there are a lot of androids, there's well under the 90 to 100 that you know their entire troop consists of.
Right. Okay. Good to know. I assume by this point we've the 24-hour thing has run, right?
Oh yeah, it's definitely been 12 minutes. We could pop into that QED whenever you guys are ready to switch that scene.
Okay. Meowkin?
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Ready to shoot?
Yep, hold still. I'm putting you under.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. No, I'm not really, but okay.
Alright, so what we're going to do is let me get an idea from you guys what you want to do above ground here regarding the threat of androids having firing lines on anybody that comes out of the factory. And then I think we'll take a short break. Well, a normal sized break, but a break.
Luckily, I'm pretty sure we can just drive the vehicles onto the drop pod.
Yeah, the vehicles won't be a problem. They've clearly already tested their weaponry against your vehicles and found it to be ineffective.
Right. Actually, something I'd ask if we can do. Can we just park the drop pod right on the loading ramp and just load stuff directly into it in the loading ramp where they can't actually fire on it?
That will limit their firing options. That's what I was looking for. That will limit their firing options, but there are multi-story buildings around you, and so it's not going to completely eliminate any risk.
Okay.
And by multi-story, I mean at tops 2 think at tops 3 actually, but kind of Garens don't build very high.
Right.
What weapons did we have on the drop pod again?
2 anti-vehicle lasers and a railgun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have positions for them, right? I mean, we could just start shooting at them. I mean, I guess they probably have cover, but
you could begin
we could
assaulting them.
We could also bring out the grav tank with its Hydra arrays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say just bring the grav tank up, start firing on those positions with the anti-vehicle lasers, and then
we're all going to do suppressing fire as well, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can load the robots up.
Okay. So if I were to write down real quick and simple for myself, your plan is to use the weapons on the drop pod as well as the grav tank to try and clear out some of the androids that have been, some of the android locations that have been fed to you by the mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
And once you feel safe, you're going to begin loading.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Does the grav tank have smoke launchers?
What do you mean by smoke launchers?
One of the fun things that modern tanks have is the ability to make a big-ass fucking cloud of thermal smoke.
I'm not very versed in modern weaponry. I assume it destroys targeting, or at least makes targeting difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big-ass cloud of smoke. I mean, it makes it hard for you to know exactly where anything is in it.
It doesn't stop you,
it doesn't stop you from just shooting randomly into it, but it does make it hard for you to...
It'd be really bad to breathe in, but, you know, I'm going to say you probably also have stuff like, you know, stuff to foil any sort of radar targeting or anything in it, too.
So I guess my question is, do we have active defense or do we have more primitive defenses?
This is something I think was excluded from the rules because of the added complications it creates.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just wondering.
But it's also not very realistic for it to not be in something that you can do. So
just throwing. I mean, we could just start fires if we just wanted to throw up some smoke.
Right. Why don't you have Zoe give me a int and pilot or shoot check, skill check, and we'll see if she can figure out what kind of active defenses the tank has.
Nope. It's just armor. That's all she's got.
Yep. The tank is still a little bit old, and you didn't spend quite enough time familiarizing yourself. You'll probably want to take about a week familiarizing yourself with this grav tank.
Yeah, I don't. It's all in Persian. I can't fucking read any of the controls.
Yeah. This one's actually in Spanish, but yeah, it's all some kind of foreign language. Zoe's not able to figure out what that is. And for the drop pod, all of its resources go into making it stealthy on approach and landing, and so it doesn't have any room for extras.
Yeah, that's fair. I was just wondering.
Yep.
Yeah, but to add to that plan, to what you had down for the plan, Dex, that part of it is also just moving the drop pod over to the ramp so we can load directly onto it from the ramp. Right.
You're definitely limiting those firing options that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And Xander, I'm not trying to tell you how to play your Zoe, but I would probably allow you to do something similar with creative.
Oh, yeah, of course. Duh.
So why don't we take... No, let's do that first. Do you want to have Zoe get creative since she can't figure out what on this grav tank would do that?
Yeah, I mean, just throwing up a dust cloud would probably work. All we're trying to do is stop them from shooting our dudes. And if they just shoot randomly, then we can just blow them up with an anti-tank laser, or anti-vehicle laser. So creative is fix?
Creative is fix, and I should probably open that myself. Actually, if it's in your character sheet, can you just click it and send it to chat for us?
There you go. So I'm going to jury rig a device that creates a smoke cloud, I guess, or throws up a cloud of something.
Sure. Do you want to?
We don't have any indications that these androids have like thermal imaging or anything like that, right?
We
just need some to break line of sight.
Yeah, you really don't know exactly what their optic capabilities or sensory capabilities are, but you do know that they're using all laser weaponry, which smoke is really
by
good at. Yeah.
They actually track us by smell. Okay. So I need to jury rig something. Yada 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 yada. Right.
Yeah. It's an int fix, and because you've got an entire factory at your disposal at this point, I'm just going to say the difficulty of this is 8.
Okay.
Way to show off.
Not only do I get a smoke machine working, I make it out of entirely the melted forklift, such that the forklift rolls up the stairs and smoke billows out of it. You can't tell me that forklift is broken.
You're
That's
right.
what this dice roll says to me. This dice roll says that forklift works.
Zoe managed to figure out how to get it moving such that its own movement, its own efforts at moving, are causing this very thick, billowing smoke.
Yeah, the lithium batteries are on fire, but it still moves.
All right, let's go ahead and take a 15-minute break, and then we're going to come back to the QED.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
Like 105?
105, that works.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and bring us back into frame. And we are now looking into the last 24 hours of an android.
Oh boy.
Nemesis specifically is looking into the last 24 hours of an android.
Nemesis specifically. Good thing I have a high constitution score.
That's why we're sending you. I was just lying about the programming thing.
Oh, you're just using me for my body.
I'm going to move us over to the stellar, this screen thing.
Oh.
But it's 3 less now that I've got my cyberware.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't kill you.
Well, I still have my freebie. I think
that's true.
You decided you used your freebie already, didn't you?
Yep, I used mine because I don't actually have a high. My constitution score is actually pretty low.
Yeah. All right, give me a second to get myself back over to that page.
Yeah, it's like all my scores are decent. I didn't get any like super high ones, but I've got all like relatively high stats for the most part.
All right. I am changing the numbers that I gave to you a little bit because it occurred to me at some point that I didn't take into account similarity, which was actually, it's not just It's not just viewing that I wanted on that. Yeah, that's kind of a central component of the QED and the entire campaign. So I'm not going to increase the damage that is done for being dissimilar. I'm going to decrease the damage, the system strain done for similar. Interrogation.
Should be for anyone to view their own memories again.
Yeah, that too. So if you're similar, it's just a d6 flat and no +4.
Okay.
Nemesis, however, is not similar, so the d6 +4 is still the number you're going to be rolling on system strain.
All right. Well, I can survive one max battle or one max roll, so you know. I'm trying to remember if it's what was it? Is it death if you go over or
no?
Obviously the one freebie, but
wait. What happens is if you go over, someone who's keeping an eye on you can make a heal check to stabilize you.
The first time it's automatic success, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the first check is free. A competent doctor and/or the advanced equipment in the Raza medbay can safely bring the character back with no lingering damage, beyond the specter of death and threat of eternal misery among memories. The first time.
Gotcha. But I'll just try to remember if that was basically immediately after going over.
Yeah, and it is. It's when you exceed your maximum system strain.
Okay.
And so technically you do still die, it's just that it's so easy to bring you back that
future technology.
Yep. And I'm sorry, I ran right over you as you were speaking, Lulu. What were you saying?
I can't even remember.
I apologize for that. Alright. So Nemesis starts sinking into unconsciousness. Why is my music playing? Come on.
La la la.
There it is. No. Stop that now.
That's your music. La la la. La la la.
La la la
No,
la.
The only music I'll accept is Trollalol. What did I do to myself? Alrighty. Now that we got that stuck in our systems. Nemesis. You're put into this coma-like state. Okay, there is.
Alright, time to install more cyberware.
Seems like a bad time for that.
You're put into this coma-like state, and Jai has activated the QED for you to access. And as Nemesis slips from consciousness, there's a brief period where all is nothing. But to Nemesis, she goes straight from, oh god, this again, or however Nemesis is reacting, to a slightly differently structured memory landscape than she last remembers. Who was she last? Who did she access? It was Portia Lynn, right?
Portia Lynn. Yeah.
Yeah. This was
arguably also artificial.
Arguably also artificial. This landscape is structured differently. There are a lot of similarities in the hypercube, vomit-inducing hypercube effect, the difficulty and sometimes inability of focusing on any kind of images, almost like trying to look into one of those stereoscopic images and you can just never get it right. But it's not static. It's you can see pictures, but they're never in focus, no matter how hard you try.
Ride the wave.
Oops! thought one of you was typing at us, and I realized I was still in the Stars Without Number chat. Discord. Let me move myself over. All right. And it takes a little bit longer for Nemesis to get reoriented. Although some of the changes, I'll let you describe how Nemesis feels about them. Maybe worse, maybe better. Things actually seem a little bit more structured. Not to be cliche about it, but it's like she's inside of a circuit board. There are lines going here and there. There's grids. There's a little bit of Tron inspiration in this memory landscape.
I definitely prefer that.
Oh, over the only other experience that she's had, which was the rage-inducing.
Yeah, the engineered super soldier full of anger and rage.
Yeah, yep. This memory landscape is ordered. It's structured. It's still impossible to focus on anything until you orient your mind properly, but
yeah,
it has that sense of order.
Even if I can't make sense, it's like there's a pattern there. I just can't really pick it out. Because disorientation from the process.
Yeah, there do seem to be some kind of dominant memories, just like with other individuals in QEDs. There are some that spring and well up to the surface, and as with others, you can't really see what they're about unless you wanted to dive into them. But I don't believe that was your plan here today.
Well, we're looking. I guess the main thing is we're trying to figure out what their orders, what the heck they're doing here.
So Nemesis is trying to access their orders, or access a memory in which they were reviewing their orders.
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an admin, wisdom/admin check.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right? Lucky you guys.
I know. Crazy. I had that set to August. Oh, no, wisdom's one. I have a +0 in wisdom. Oh boy, howdy. Let's go ahead and use my reroll on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume that fails because there has to be a fail condition here.
That definitely fails.
Oh, snake eyes. Goodness, that's much better.
All right, that is much better. It's also just barely a success.
Wow.
This is considered privileged info at a difficulty of 12.
Nice. Hashtag winning.
Hashtag winning. Nemesis is able to avoid the draw of those more dominant memories, those more dominant core personality traits or memories that are affecting its, not personality, but its coding. Actually, I totally forgot that this is not a personality android. So ignore the whole dominant memories thing. It doesn't have core personality traits.
Okay.
Apologies for that. Yeah, I forgot that. The memory landscape is a lot more bleak, but still ordered.
Yeah. Works for me. Bleak. That's what I expect.
I guess this description, this visual would be more like a lone person walking through memory corridors that are kind of blank unless you can figure out the right address to get to. Like, you know, you'd expect to see filing cabinets on either side of you, but there's nothing there until you find the right location. And Nemesis's skill with making plans, making orders, and analyzing things in an administrative,
medical order,
orderly fashion, yeah, helps her.
I'm really good at sorting algorithms.
Yeah, helps her to find this android's orders. So, what she
right
learns,
where I expected it. Sorry, go on.
Yep, right where you expected it. What she learns is that the android's orders, as recently accessed and updated, are to align with the ascendant cause, and you see a picture of Nassim Nazuri. You also see a picture of the dead general as kind of dossier information, and assist in their efforts in any way possible to reach Ecos.
I suppose the Y is not included in there, is it?
The Y is not clear in there. There's a little bit more. There's the orders go further. It gets more difficult as it goes further out because there's a lot of conditionals that come up. But she can kind of assess out that the end goal is to claim ancient technology available on Ecos.
Okay, so basically to act as essentially act as balls for whatever. And when you said ascendant, I'm assuming you mean like basically whoever's in charge at the time.
Yeah, I meant Reverend. That's who Nassim Nazuri is.
Oh, okay. I said there was. I think there was because I was a little confused because there is a ascendant faction, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
Okay, but now because they've joined one of the other factions now since we killed him, right?
Yeah, initially they were aligned with General Galan, who was of the Revitalists.
Okay.
When you killed him, you're actually accessing the change in orders from when he died.
Oh, okay. So basically, access that for next step kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll your system strain now. But do you have any other questions about these orders that Nemesis has accessed? And as usual, I don't mind out of character help.
I guess the one thing I'm wondering where I am, why did they want to focus on helping these people reach Ecos rather than just dropping a contingent on Ecos themselves?
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of weirdly roundabout.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's cheaper manpower. I don't know.
Why don't you make me another admin whiz check, or whiz admin? Okay. This will be at a lower difficulty.
Whizman.
Wow! Again, you just barely make it by one.
Hey.
So, kind of trying to navigate through the branching conditions of their orders, and their orders are actually quite complex. Nemesis finds references to also assisting the ship that they take down there, that they take over to Ecos, not getting blown up. They're expecting that whatever ship is sent over there will be targeted for destruction by forces on Ecos. And there are heavier weights assigned to any option that gives them multiple ships to send at once.
Yeah, I mean, it is a megacorp, so I mean, it's probably kind of like a budget thing. It's gonna need a lot of manpower to actually get onto Ecos, is my guess, and actually hold a position there. So what? what was the state of Ecos specifically? Is it just basically like pre-tech, like auto defenses or something? I'm trying to remember what actually makes it a challenge for anyone else to get there. Like, I understand the Canagarians are like crabs in a bucket, but I'm just trying to think of what's stopping any other group from just popping up there.
Well,
I mean, do you really want to stick your hand in a crab bucket?
Well, I know no, the Canagiris is the crab bucket though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, as an outsider of a crab bucket, do you want to stick your hand in a crab bucket?
I mean, we've already done that part. I'm just talking about Ecos itself. We're not on Ecos. We're on Canagiris, which is the crab bucket that I'm referring to. Like, if there's all this pre-tech on Ecos, what's stopping everyone else from
there
going
being
there
pre-tech on Ecos is the first that Nemesis has heard of it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not.
Oh, so I guess this is the first time it's confirmed. That's why I thought that's why the Canagarians were. Oh, well, I guess there was nothing really specifying that was pre-tech for them. I mean, they're mostly using TL3 stuff, so for them, advanced would be TL4 stuff, right?
The Canagarians are referencing that there are gods on Ecos.
Right. Okay.
The androids' orders are to take the advanced technology on Ecos, and if these are Spectre Star Technologies androids, which you've already confirmed, then
via magical means.
well, I was gonna say yeah, through magical means, yes. That advanced is likely to mean advanced to Spectre Star.
Yes, yeah,
which
from
is
the
pretty advanced.
Yeah, so before I guess people didn't really give much credit to the Canagarians because advanced or gods to them is like TL4 stuff, right?
Presumably. So I guess the question there, following on then, is do these androids have any specific locations for advanced tech once they arrive on Ecos?
Is that something Nemesis wants to try and dig for? Is that something Nemesis thinks to dig for?
I guess once that comes to my attention, I suppose it would be.
Okay.
There's a pretty good chance I die on this, but you know.
Well, yeah, you're still in the same question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're still in the same interrogation. Until you're done with the orders, you're not going to experience any more system strain.
Okay.
And worst comes to worst, I've got a big needle filled with adrenaline here.
Yeah, I mean, this would be. I think that information would be worth using up my freebie, anyways. I
got some juice for you.
But yeah, no, I would. Yeah, I think that would be as soon as it goes to my attention that they're actually onto something and it's not just TL4 junk.
Nemesis finds instructions within their orders to locate advanced technology and any remaining facilities.
Okay, so no coordinates for exact locations.
Not within the orders, no.
Okay. All right. Was there anything else we were thinking that we wanted to? I mean, I think that was kind of like the big one. Is basically kind of why they're here. What were the other questions we asked? I guess about the Ada androids. Those we didn't get an answer to.
Yeah.
Let me see. We already know that.
Is there? Not
places to trap, recovering materials.
Is there? I guess it's worth asking. I have no idea if Nemesis would think about this, but is there any protocol for changing their orders?
Yeah, probably not. I'm thinking more on the lines of how to subvert their orders and use that information. But I don't think about actually changing them.
Mm-hmm.
Something to do with Spectre Star. Anyway, trying to think of something something that would could be used evidence against Spectrestar, kind of pursuing my whole anti-Megacorp thing. What useful? I guess this is only this is the 24-hour android, right?
Yeah, and it is only their memories. It's not exactly quite like just reading their minds or their thoughts.
Yeah. I'm kind of at a blank, so I think I made a stop there. I mean, we can always revisit this later too. So it's not really. I don't think there's not really a time crunch. So I think I just stop there.
All right. So on the living side of things, with Jai and Nemesis laying in the bed, Jai, Nemesis has been down there for quite a long time.
What am I getting on what are our readings on the future MRI machine that is giving me their brain for their brain activity?
You got the beeps, you got the boops,
and you got the creeps.
You got the creeps.
You got the sweeps. You got the bleeps. You got the creeps. I think that's how it goes.
Yeah, I think so too.
Things look pretty normal. It's just a comparison thing that your other efforts to view memories have taken from seconds up to a minute. Nemesis has been in for 6 minutes.
All right. Well, I'm not waking her yet until it looks like there's an actual problem on the
I'll just take a nice nap.
Scanner.
Okay.
Or yeah, if it goes too long, I'll wake her. But right now, I'm not intending to.
Okay. What do you consider too long?
I mean, if we're getting into she's actually in a coma area.
So longer than 8 hours. No,
yeah.
I guess not. No, I guess really. I mean, I can sleep. I can sleep at 12 hours.
What do you consider too long?
I'm gonna say if she's in there for like more than half a day, 12 hours is reasonable.
Okay.
But as is.
And the question is, am I able to get any restful sleep during this?
You're not, but
not.
your doctor is very willing to let you lay in there for a very long time. After just a couple more minutes, Nemesis's brain patterns return to the actual comatose brainwave state.
Mm.
She's done.
Okay. Oh, if she's actually done, I'm going to wake her up.
Yeah, she's actually done. And you saw that there was 5 system strain there, Meowkin?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Waking her up.
Okay, let's.
Before you go, girl.
So, interesting news. Sounds like there's a lot of credits to pre-tech on Ecos. Well, at least Spectrestar's convinced.
And these androids were placed here to get a hold of that somehow?
Yeah, kind of weird roundabout. I'm guessing they just, I guess, co-op some Kandagiran manpower, I guess? Seems like they're just kind of looking to get them to deal with, I suppose, whatever.
So
I don't know. I'm not really sure why they don't just go there straight up. I don't know. There's probably some good reason Spectrestar is trying to get there so roundabout.
Maybe we should consider going ourselves then. See if we can get whatever it is first.
Yeah, I'm just worried about why Spectrestar won't go there directly.
Well, maybe we can go directly to C. Let's see. Was that all you found in there?
Let me see. Yes, more or less. I mean, their basically orders are to, join the most dominant faction and work with them and try to get multiple ships there and then locate. They didn't have any coordinates though, so
that's unfortunate.
But Spectre Star's convinced there's free tech there. So, that's the big takeaway.
All right. In that case, well, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and contact Zoe.
Okay.
Zoe, how long will it take you to get those robots you found loaded up?
That seems like a question for somebody who's a bit more administratively minded.
Nemesis is not down on the surface and just woke up from a medically induced sleep.
Well, I mean, that sounds like a you problem.
Great. Dex, how long will it take?
Aside from whatever video and images Zoe has shared, he has very little context for what she's talking about down there.
Okay.
Elena might be able to give you a fair estimate. I mean, there's a lot of what she's done is, mining and moving stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if she's brought into
That's
the
actually a
conversation.
good question. Nemesis, did you figure out why they were destroying those robots down there?
I think we already determined that they were just taking them apart for their self-repair.
Yeah.
They're just cannibalizing them.
Fair enough. In that case, sorry, what did Elena say?
Are you guys bringing Elena into the conversation? Or are you basically asking her for an estimate? Okay. Somebody go ahead and give me a skill check for Elena.
Skill check.
Mm-hmm.
Proficient?
Yes. And no modifiers. Alright, it doesn't even ask you. She says that the way you're needing to move them, it may take well, she asks for a few additional tools to assist getting them extracted from their bays and loaded onto carts, and says that with some more tools and 3 more crew, she can have it done in 20 minutes, and it would take about 10 minutes for you to get that. Oh, actually, you've got the drop pod down there already, so it would take about 20 minutes if you took the drop pod back up to get those tools. But without the tools, she's looking at about an hour and 10 minutes. Up to 3 hours, because...
So, can we use the robots to move the robots?
If you want to risk activating them.
Can Charlie move the robots?
I wrote down their weight. Hopefully.
He says, hoping desperately that he wrote down their weight.
Yeah, I've
also,
missed...
can they be moved safely?
If Charlie...
I don't think I've healed at all.
Oh, if Charlie can telekinesis them, then it will be safe for them. As for safe for him, yeah, they still haven't shown any evidence of having any kind of combat programming or equipment.
They're gonna farm the shit out of him.
They are gonna farm you, yeah.
I was more worried about anybody with a gun around there. Not looking to get shot one more time and fucking die at level 8.
Yeah. Look, we put up a smoke screen. It'll probably be fine.
So yeah, they actually are too heavy for Charlie to telekinesis.
Okay. Is the equipment they need too heavy for Charlie to telekinesis?
No, it is not.
All right. Charlie can just telekinesis the equipment down so we don't have to take the drop pod back up then. And can just move from there.
How much do they weigh? Jeez.
They're a little bit over a ton each.
Oof.
They take 1 ton of cargo space each.
Okay.
But their actual weight is a little bit over a ton.
Okay.
Lulu, how do you mean that Charlie would be able to telekinesis equipment
down?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can use telekinesis to lift things up if it's light enough for him, right?
Right.
And he can lower it within line of sight, right?
Uh-huh.
And we are hovering 100 meters over the city.
You know what? I keep forgetting that the Raza is so close. Yeah. It does expose him. He does have to move out of the smoke to be able to see it.
That's fair. I don't know.
And actually, I forgot that you guys are. I was still thinking Raza in orbit. So, take off the time I said that it would take to get the equipment down. Your only challenge is getting the equipment down safely, and that really isn't that much of a challenge. I'll hear out anybody's crazy plans of lowering equipment without exposing anyone, and let you guys roll something on it.
Yeah, we can just hover. We can just hover the Raza a bit lower for a bit, can't we?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And just move it out there.
That's one of the less crazy plans. I would prefer to hear crazier plans, but if that's all you got.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not feeling very crazy at the moment.
All right, so Jai hangs upside down with his knees through the bar, and then in his hands, Charlie hangs below him. No. Okay. We're gonna do a trapeze act. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Let's just flip the Raza down a little bit.
Okay.
And then they can get a few crew member out and help them, and then yada yada yada.
Go ahead and give me a skill check from Scotty.
Scotty?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Is he proficient in whatever it is?
Yes, he is. Okay. While you are bringing the Raza down and unloading the equipment to make extracting these agrobots quick and easy, the crew that is performing this is taking some fire.
Okay.
And so I'm going to grab a couple that aren't already elsewhere. Put them on the map. And you got Macy over there. Let's put Trisha over here. I want one more crew. You've got most of your crew doing other things. Alright, we'll put one of your nope, you've got your androids over there too. Alright. Well,
you can send switch down.
Okay, that sounds good. Switch under androids. All right. I'm going to take a shot at each with their laser rifle. They're getting the benefit of almost full cover. as well as long range.
Smoke.
They're not trying to lower the equipment directly into the smoke.
Okay. Where the hell are they putting our equipment?
On the street for it to be rolled into the smoked area?
Okie dokie.
Well, I'll go ahead and do another -2 for the restrictions of the smoke. They may not be moving the equipment directly into the smoke, but it is still restricting firing access. So let's see. Almost completely uncover is -4. -2 for long range and -2 for smoke.
Dope.
So -8 on switch.
I believe that misses.
That's certainly
nat 1.
That misses. On Roberts.
Misses.
Yep. And I don't believe these guys are armored. So Axel.
That's a -1. Yeah,
Misses.
I guess they could technically still hit.
How does that miss?
Are they not even wearing like the secure clothing?
I suppose they could be. We hadn't really given much thought as to what exactly they're wearing, but secure clothing makes sense. You do have an armory.
Yeah, I feel like there's no reason we would send anyone completely unarmored.
Okay. I'm fine with that. And read. No. So it's a little bit terrifying for them, but Roberts is encouraging and returning fire mostly for show's sake. Because
if we can see, if they have laser guns, right, and they're shooting in smoke, we know where they are now. I fucking blow their shit up.
Well, they're shooting around and through smoke.
And also, are these legal laser rifles or are they invisible lasers?
They actually do make noise and have and make sound.
They're legal.
Yeah, these are legal.
Okay. Well, and yeah, I guess presumably we could. I mean, I guess it's. They're burst firing. That would reveal the location for sure.
Yeah, you will know generally where that burst is coming from. It's the same as when they were firing before. You don't have their exact location, but you have enough information that you can try and blow up a large area that is likely to include them.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
What are you firing on them with? You can't fire from the Raza.
Hydra battery.
All right. Let's
Times two.
Yep. Let's go ahead and do this as another skill check. So give me an int or dex shoot, and if you're using both batteries on the same target, let's see. So these attacks, this assault on your on your troops, on your crew, trying to bring down this equipment, came from 7 different angles. You've got 2 batteries. You can try and bomb up to 6 of them, or you can try and be more accurate and just take one of them out.
Is there any particular? I'd say just due to how averages or how math works, you'd probably want to do is all 6.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So then I'm gonna backtrack and ask you 4 attack rolls. Oof.
You wanted Elena to make 4 attack or 6 attack rolls.
Let me think on this for just a second here. Yeah, let's go ahead and go with 6 attack rolls. No, I'm going back to my skill check because the attack rolls is just not very representative of the situation that you're currently in. So give me a skill check for Elena. And she's targeting 6 of the approximate locations that you have. 6 different ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who was doing Elena again?
I am currently.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just doing this 6 times.
No, just one.
Single skill check.
Oof.
She does have her +1 from her special. She's surprisingly good at violence. Maybe not surprisingly.
Oh, yeah, not surprising anymore.
Yeah.
So, direct violence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's included in her attacks, but can't be included in skill rules or all weapon stuff. Vehicle weapon stuff.
So I guess that would bring it to 9
or 9, whichever.
Bring it to an 8. It's only a +1 on skill checks. And I can write that in later too. But doing skill checks for damage isn't directly translatable. So Elena takes some of the data that Nemesis's processes are feeding to her, as well as
I should point out that there's another +1 from the information that we were getting fed from the mercenaries.
You're right. There is another +1 from the mercenaries. Well, because almost all of Stars Without Number has these target numbers on an even basis, on even numbers, is somebody want to do an aid check to give her one more +1 and get her up to a 10?
Look, I'm driving this thing. There's got to be some way I can angle this boat to help her out with this gunnery check.
Okay. If you're trying to get her to a difficulty of 10, then you need to hit a difficulty of 10 with Int or Dex pilot check.
Alrighty. Good luck. Oh, well.
Not even close.
When's the last time you used your reroll?
About 5 minutes ago. No, an hour and a half ago.
What was Zoe doing for that? Was she was looking at the bots, or was it later than that?
No, it was before we were driving in. I screwed up the pilot check to drive in.
Okay, this is a new scene. You can reroll that if you have your reroll back.
Nope. Huh. And huh. Hey.
All right, that brings Elena up to a total of 10. With the amount of information that she has, she is still getting used to, or she is still new to this kind of tactical violence. She's, much more comfortable with kind of violence that you meet out with your fist or a gun. So the tactical interface is still new to her, but she's springing to it. She's learning, and with all the additional data help, she thinks she actually hit 3 of the targets.
Hey, and she gave the other 3 something to think about.
She definitely gave the other 3 something to think about.
I think they already had plenty to think about.
Well, you do what you can.
You do still hear the scattered gunfire throughout the city, as well as laser fire in return. So the androids are still being pressured by the other forces, by the revitalists.
Right.
Okay, you guys get the tools and equipment that will make Elena's job easier, as well as a few hands. Let's see. Fairbanks is a crew, right? Nope, Fairbanks is a guard.
We're gonna have to give everybody a day off after this shit.
Axel.
I feel like it's been a busy day. Are we still on that same day?
You're still on that same day. I'm waiting for the days to take over so I can finally, let Nemesis finish her project.
Not allowed.
Feels like it's been on hold for a long time.
You have to be here for 14 more episodes.
Really, the crazy part is how many episodes this has been. That's like 0 days have passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Switch, Axel, and Gwen go help Elena, and Elena calls Ivan in also out of the grav tank to help with the moving, leaving Zoe in grav tank alone. But with union-like efficiency in the moving of things that people don't want moved, they are getting those agrobots out seemingly as quick as if the agrobots were activated and moving on their own. Elena, for the most part, stands there directing the others, and between the scare of the Hydra arrays, the missiles, the cover of the smoke, and the intel from your other team, I can't justify any further danger. There are still some shots taken in your direction, but nothing that is worth a die roll or even poses any risk to you.
But I have a lot of fun returning fire.
Mm-hmm. I imagine that you use quite a lot of the ammo that's already in the grab tank, in continuing to provide cover fire.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. I have a laser gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but laser guns can't turn in mid-flight.
Do they need to?
Sure, to get up to second stories and through a building.
Yeah, sometimes that arc is very useful.
Okay. So I find the direct route is sometimes the best.
I mean, sometimes.
Just melt right through the front of that building. Look, when your quarry goes to ground, you give them no ground to go to.
Yeah, but when you destroy buildings, you give them more ground.
No.
False. Like, there's literally more ground. Alright. Moving right along.
Anyway.
You get, let's see how many they actually damaged in their scavenging. Oof. All right. You get 98 undamaged agrobots. And 12 that have been to more than 50% scavenged of useful parts, and those parts lost or destroyed such that those agrobots can't be put back together without quite a lot of engineering tinkering.
All the King's Forces and all the Kingsmen.
I think it's probably better to just treat those as scrap.
Yeah.
At that point.
We'll see. I might do something with them.
Okay.
I haven't decided yet.
they are all taking up 115 tons of your cargo bay.
Yep. All right. Yeah.
We have plenty of room for that, right?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't. Okay.
My math went dumb. You've got 103 undamaged and 12 damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There should be a total of 115.
Yes. Okay. At first, I thought you said that we had 100, and so I was like, "How are you subtracting 12 from 100 and getting 98?" I'm not going to argue with you because it's bad for us, but
yeah. No, I had, earlier on I had said I was trying to be a little bit more obscure, and I had said that there are at least 100 because they're stacked so thin and tight between each other and then behind each other, etc.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. As I said, no further danger to anyone that is working there. You have agrobots. What are you guys doing next?
I suppose we need to deal with the agrobots next.
Yeah, I think we're starting a farm. This is the part where, if you'll excuse the expression, we buy the farm.
I suppose really the question, do we just leave the situation down here as is, or I don't know. I'm not really sure what
They've asked us very nicely to leave. Well, they've asked us very rudely to leave, but
yes, they have.
All of them? Okay. I guess.
The question, if you want,
I guess the question is, what's our PR look like here? I guess we just hit it and quit it, right?
If we really wanted to, we could just shell the city and not have any
but
PR.
then that, no, there's gonna be something. Unless we kill the mercenaries too. I think it's fine. I think it's fine to leave the situation as it is. As you said, they did so rudely ask us to leave, and we are kind of done here. We got our information from the bots about Ecos.
Yep.
So it wasn't all for naught. Why? Honestly, we got some pre-techs too, which we haven't really taken apart.
Yeah, we've got the terraforming device, and then what was it? 103.
103 undamaged agrobot.
And then 12.
12 that are. Let me do some real quick. 12 that you might be able to scrap for up to 100 spare parts each, or that might take up to 100 spare parts to repair. So you can either spend some spare parts to repair them, or you can finish dismantling them to gain some spare parts.
I think we should probably just scrap them from spare parts, personally. But we can think about that later. Is there any particular value attached to these, so I can write that down? Like the factor or whatever.
No, they don't have a trade factor in that sense.
Okay.
They could be sold for about 15,000 each.
Okay. Noted.
So I'm going to write a couple things here in our Discord chat. Potential next moves, not potato next moves. Scrubbing from things you've said this session and previous. So we've got Lisa tracks down April. We've got Fly to Ecos. What other thoughts did you have for this immediate area here?
Did we have any other thoughts for this immediate area?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm.
Okay. Well, potential next moves. Lisa tracks down April, Fly to Ecos.
Yeah, and then look into more into the terraforming equipment, I think, was the other one.
Okay.
Since we still were doing that.
I got some projects to do.
You do. As the Raza lifts off, starts ascending away from Gardenia, Jai gets a hail from Lisa. Good morning, Captain Rao.
Lisa?
I haven't found where April could be broadcasting from. There's no infrastructure for ABNN here.
If there's no infrastructure for ABNN here, how is she broadcasting?
I don't know.
She's a robot.
I need more time.
Okay. Well, we have other business in the area, so you have it for now. See what you can find.
Will we be staying at Canagiris?
No, I'm afraid not. We have work elsewhere in the system.
Sir, I can't find her on Canagiris if we're not on Canagiris.
Think you want to get out?
You can. Do you want to run around and do stuff with the ice ferret for a bit?
Quite a bit smaller of a ship.
Yes.
Give me some material and some credits for collateral or trade. I'll see what I can find.
Okay.
5,000 should be good, and maybe about 2 tons of spare parts. That's 400 spare parts.
Right. 400 spare parts.
You could probably do that, yeah.
Yeah, fine. Take it.
Now.
Okay. I'll arrange for the crew to transfer it over to the ice ferret.
Okay. And I removed the spare parts from the inventory and taking the money out now.
Okay.
What was it? 5,000?
Yeah.
Credits? Okay.
Let's see.
And all right, I removed it.
Okay. All right. Lisa leaves the Raza and joins the ice ferret for a moment.
All right. I guess general orders for the ice ferret. Try to stay out of too much trouble. If you want to do odd jobs on Canagiris while you're here, that'd probably be fine. but try not to get shot down or anything.
Yeah, Handsome Jim tells you that his plan is to continue using the window that you've created in destroying those anti-ship weapons, and basically just flying as low to the surface as they can risk. It theoretically will keep them out of direct harm from or direct risk from other anti-ship weapons across the planet.
All right. And I guess we should contact Theodosius.
Yeah, he definitely should. I mean, right. This contact probably took place as you guys were finishing up, so it's already occurred. But what did you want to tell him?
Oh, just good job. We're transferring the funds that we agreed to now.
Jolly good working with you, Raza.
Yes, anytime. If we have any more work for you, we'll let you know.
If we ever see you again.
If we ever see you again. If you want to exchange email, now would be the time.
Yep, he'll definitely exchange contact information with you.
I actually don't remember off the top of my head, Dex. How much did we agree for the second part of the pay?
It was 20,000 extra to each of the mercenary groups, so another 40,000 for you.
All right, I got that off then.
Okay. And Captain Viola Yakovna, finally found her name again, of the Tachyon Griffin, is also wanting to exchange contact information from you.
All right, perfect. We'll do that then.
We're making friends.
You guys are making friends. Contact. Yeah. Do you need me to post up what their ships were and all that again?
It wouldn't be a bad idea.
All right. And okay. All right. Lisa's gone. The mercenaries take off and head towards the horizon. The ice ferret heads in the opposite direction, goes down to the planet, and well, they just kind of stay near Gardenia for a moment while Lisa does her thing. And you guys are now in orbit around Canageris.
Right.
We've had a very long day.
Very. All right. Zoe?
Art?
Set a course for Ecos, and then tell most of the crew that isn't necessary for basic ship duties to go get some sleep.
Oh, okay. I go over the intercom and I say, "Hey, y'all, get some sleep." unless your direct boss tells you that you're still on duty. In which case, get fucked.
Outstanding.
Real nice.
Hey, nice. I have to stay awake. So do they.
Unless they don't.
Unless they don't.
Unless they don't, I mean. I feel like I accurately captured my intentions in my speech.
You got it. Oh, God.
And also, as an amendum, good work. We all gonna be rich. Y'all earned your bonus. Y'all earned your regular checks.
Speaking of, maybe we should do bonuses. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
we all give them a 1 credit bonus.
No, I mean, if we actually unload this shit, we probably have enough money that we could give them, 6,000 credits. The real problem is if we give them a lot of money, they're not going to want to work for us anymore.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, oh wow, I'm set for life.
All right, see ya.
I mean, that's kind of what I was saying. I was like, I don't know why am I still doing this? I'm basically rich now.
So the problem there is all of your money is tied up in restricted share units.
Yeah.
Oh, I see how it is.
We only pay you in NFTs.
Yeah. So the thing is, you like all of the money in your inventory, like that's what you have in theory, but in actuality, all of those only become available at a rate of like 10% per year.
I mean, that'd be more than enough to live on.
Yeah.
And the problem is it only becomes available at a rate of 10% per year if you still work for us.
Yes, there it is. It is.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is it's not really my money.
No, it's not.
What he's saying is that the Raws is basically one of the megacorps.
Well,
I
don't know what you're saying. That's how the fucking stocks they gave me at my old job worked. I had to keep working for them, or I didn't actually get the stuff they gave me as a signing bonus.
Yep.
I ended up working for them for long enough to get like a quarter of what they said they'd give me as a signing bonus, and I just quit and went back to school.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible.
It is what it is.
Yep.
Oh well. I should note that none of this is actually true. You just have credits. We don't have actual stocks.
Yeah. I recalled the thing that I was going to tell you that I forgot, and that is that in order for any of you to get messages from other people, your ship name has to remain the same. Your ship ID is what allows messages to be sent to you from, through space.
Okay.
Unless we set up a routing system, in which case we need to have somebody who can accept our mail and then send it to the real us.
Well, that somebody who accepts your mail would then be labeled as the Raza, and if they're not actually the Raza, they probably won't be the Raza for very long.
I mean,
we're not even the Raza.
We could probably set up an agreement with one of the unaligned planet worlds to do something like that.
Yeah,
though.
we just give them a call code that goes to that planet, and then that planet sends it to us.
Why don't we just have them post their questions to the Raza's Tumblr?
Yeah.
Ask the Raza at Tumblr.
Yeah, we've got an entire subreddit that's just Ask Raza. Nemesis actually set it up without asking any of us. He's just been moderating this entire time.
Well, now you know where April's getting all her information. But no, some of those attempts at redirecting might work. They'll take some setup, but the general way that email works is intended to be very secure, so that nobody can just take your mail. It actually has to have all of the correct hash marks. So if you impersonate a vessel, which is that difficulty 12 transponder change, then you can actually get their mail. It is, of course, very illegal. And for the normal person, very difficult.
You're illegal.
I am illegal.
Okay.
And very difficult.
Yes, I can be. That's my job as a GM. That's what D&D taught me.
Fair enough.
So if you wanted to try and set up a router so that you guys can fly under a different name, I'm not going to say it's impossible. It just creates considerable risk to whoever is receiving the mail at the Raza.
Fair enough. Which would need to be mitigated somehow. Probably we could probably set it up on like Sengoku or something. Or not Sengoku, that's the fucking language.
Wow.
Shinobu.
Wow.
Shinobu.
Yeah.
Since, yeah.
You might be able to, yeah. The main point is that it will be an adventure for you to do.
Yeah. Well, we've got more important adventures right now, which is at Ecos.
Are you,
I think.
You've had Zoe set that course. You're flying directly over there?
Seems so. Unless
All right.
anyone else has any other ideas.
I reckon it's fine by me. I guess we'll find out what's keeping Spectre Star from going straight there, huh?
Yeah.
All right. It takes 16 hours to get over from Kanagiris to Ecos, unless you want to try trimming the course.
Nah. Everyone needs a day off anyway.
Yeah. It's been very busy. I'm not even sure how much time passed. That was like a single day, right?
That was a single, very busy day, yes.
Yeah, I think from the assaults at the very beginning, it's been almost an entire day.
Yeah. So your assaults at the very beginning, I had said, I believe, started around the morning, and you banged them out pretty quickly because that was the point of it, getting them all done as quickly in succession as possible. So that took maybe 2 hours, 3 hours for all the movement. And then you came over to Gardenia. Had some conversation. I believe all that would have taken about another hour. You spent some time with the general, and you also spent some time down in the research station underneath the factory. The general was about another hour. The research station and dismantling the technology so that you could bring it back was another 2 hours. Is anybody adding all this up, keeping track? Because I'm not.
Oh, no, I didn't realize I was supposed to be.
Do you want to go back to the beginning?
No, I don't. It's been a whole day.
It's been a full day's amount of work.
Yeah. And then we're taking another 16 hours to get over here. And everyone's just taking their time off while we're going.
So the day tracker finally ticks over to the 6th of May. Unfortunately, nothing special in the news on the 6th. The next news you get is like a week away still.
Yeah.
It's killing me. It's really killing me.
Well, we've been moving.
And approaching Ecos, the planet is barren. There's no native biosphere. Let me pull up the little scanner handout so I can just rattle off some things to you.
Be all sorts of scanning going on here, which means I'm going to fail on the first one.
I hope so. I mean, no, you'll do fine.
Yeah.
So we've got atmosphere is breathable, but it's thick. You're going to need a pressure mask. Temperature is warm. There's nothing killing you here. The only thing that might possibly kill you is that there's no food, so you'll have to bring your own. There are domed cities. As you're looking around the planet, your ship scans are feeding information to you. You see pictures of just bubbles that are presumably to keep this thick atmosphere out. Who knows? There are no other ships in orbit. Those domed cities are advanced energy using surface communities. And there's no surface features designed to attract orbital interest. So to be less clinical about it and more narrative, the ground is cracked and brown, yellowish brown, with yellow bubbles underneath which some kind of community is thriving and living.
But there's no real way to. There's no like space docks or anything with these, or landing areas for them.
That is one of the questions that Nemesis can ask.
Okay.
Where are apparent capitals or spaceports?
Big enough. Let me pull up my list here.
Oh, you want me to? You got it, or you want me to just show it to you?
Found it.
Okay. If you or I don't remember where the list is, so
there you go.
I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Threw it on screen.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Planetary bodies. Yeah, I guess that'd be the. I guess that's the first one worth guessing, right? The other thing is probably the hidden or low tech communities.
Yeah.
But we'll start with parent capitals or spaceports. So there are people living here, right? Is what you're saying? They're active communities.
You see energy using communities.
Okay. I guess it's hard to say whether they're actually populated or not.
Yeah, it is.
But they are still active.
Yeah.
Or there's still energy being used there, I guess I should say.
Yep. There's some kind of active industry or energy usage of some sort.
Okay. Well, I suppose we'll do parent capitals or spaceports.
All right.
Let's just end program, right?
I believe you also get a bonus from your survey scanner. I'm gonna look up because I need to know what all it gives you.
Yeah, probably just a +2 or something. I don't remember.
It is. It's a +2 to skill checks. Yeah. Damn it!
Survey
Giving you guys way too many bonuses.
Any rolls of survey sensor arrays. Yeah. Well, to be fair, that one's in the book. Now, you did give us, what was it? It was like a frigate-sized one, right? Technically, that we repurposed.
Yeah, but anyway. They don't.
I think the price does go up, but anyways.
Pretty sure I made you pay
for
the
the
difference.
Survey sensor. Yeah, we did pay. We did end up having to pay the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. With the +2, I believe that succeeds. That starts at like 8, right? Yeah, it starts at 8.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
There are no. Oops, why do I keep clicking on that? No capitals or spaceports. And the first part of that might actually be the more interesting answer. Like, you probably kind of expected there to be no spaceports, but none of these domed cities look like they serve as any kind of capital or central location.
Yeah, so either there's... Yeah, you'd expect one to be... Anyways. Some sort of hub of trade or something like that if they are interacting with each other. I'm thinking hidden or low-tech communities next. Probably, well, I guess it could be technically low-tech. You said that atmosphere is breathable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I'd say go hidden or low-tech communities.
I mean, I'm unlikely to fail that. Yeah, I couldn't fail the first one actually.
There are hidden communities.
Cool.
You are seeing very, very light trace energy readings from a couple of crags in the rock, which you could easily have glossed over as just volcanic fumes or gases coming out of the earth.
But what's important is I didn't.
You didn't. The survey sensor certainly assisted you with that. It was able to pull out some chemicals that are more commonly used in industrial processes, and Nemesis does the rest, identifying that there's some kind of low-level manufacturing or repair, or it could be something as small as a ship-based workshop. And there are numerous of these scattered around these domed cities. Far away from the domed cities, but still scattered.
Okay. So I say like it'd be like a ship tucked in there doing work.
Yeah. Oh, and
are they possibly connected with the domed cities?
There's no real way to tell except that they're farther away. Farther away isn't a very descriptive description.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's no real way to tell if they're connected with the domed cities.
Interesting though. But there are a bunch of like little or small manufactories of some sort scattered around the planet.
Seems that way.
Okay.
What do y'all think? Unique allergens to atmospheric hazards?
If we're going to be wearing pressure suits going down there anyway.
I'm still curious. Well, atmospheric hazards is another thing I'm kind of wondering. Like, it's kind of weird that all the cities are domed, you know?
I feel like atmospheric hazards, this is an explored system, right? Like, this is not... We've got the data for that, basically. Or should.
I'm also... but here's part of my thinking, too, is the fact that, like I said, Spectre Star has not just come here directly. They had this weird roundabout plan to use Canagarans.
Right.
Ecos is not really a well-documented planet, if that answers your question. The only real documentation on it is that there's a galactic mandate beacon, warning travelers away from both Canagarus and Gun. Or sorry, Canagarus and Ecos.
Okay. I think this is a situation in which I'd actually prefer to use my no check, if possible, to determine for specific reasons there.
Oh yeah, it's also near the end of the session, anyways.
Yeah. So I'd like to use my no check there for what exactly hazards are preventing people from landing on Ecos, other than the standard Canagarus. They're going to the old crazy factions on Canagarus will shoot each other because they are bucket crabs.
Okay, let me give you one more piece of information that is publicly available before you roll that, so you can best form your question. And that is that there are also shattered and scorched hulks of countless starships on the planet's... Apparently it's a rocky black surface, not brown. Oops.
So, which... most of the Canagarus fighting is over Canagarus, or on Canagarus itself, not over Ecos.
Yes.
Right. So, what brought those ships down?
Crabs in a bucket are really good at pulling in other crabs.
Yeah, they've got interplanetary reach, apparently. I'm gonna roll no.
Okay.
It's 11, so I'd fail it. But I'm going to go ahead and re-roll it.
Mind read the universe.
I do have a 1 though.
Roll.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
That is. So that is a
14, I think.
Yeah, that's a 14. That's a 14.
Okay.
You added. Oh, never mind. Yeah, 14.
Give me a moment on this one.
I confused myself by calculating it differently than I usually do when you're rerolling ones.
Okay. As per usual, I'm trying to make this not mind reading the universe. And so I'm going to pull other characters and data in. Let me know if any of this does not work for Jai. There are some scattered transmissions bouncing around the planet's surface. Well, not in the planet's surface, bouncing around through space off of various things that normally just get ignored as, age-old transmissions, unreadable. But with the kind of wreckage that you're seeing down there, it's very likely that somebody got a mayday out of the planet's atmosphere. And if Jai and Nemesis work together, it may take a couple of hours, but you should be able to piece together at least something that gives you more information than you currently have.
All right. Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
We've got time and people need a bit more rest, I think.
Sounds good. There's no real impetus for the sensor scans. The sensor scans to be done like all at once. So you can definitely take breaks and try and get more information, and then come back to it.
Yep, more information to ask, but the better question.
Exactly. So, what you're able to piece together, they're definitely Mayday, we're under attack. And the description is that there's some kind of black ship on my tail. It's we tried hailing it, and there's been no response. It just came up from outside of the domed cities. Outside of the domed cities, and they're not referring to 2 minutes outside the domed cities. Correlating what Nemesis already found with the the crags. There are apparently black ships of about fighter size that are shooting down every ship that has come to this planet.
I see.
I mean, sure. I guess black is a pretty popular color for stuff on the down low, so
It doesn't necessarily mean the black ships.
Yeah. But my mind's gonna go there anyways.
Yeah. That's fair. So what I would suggest also is there for a good programming or for a good sensor question possibly we've got a survey sensor array, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says one of the questions is current local news transmissions. Can we pick up communications transmissions in general?
Not in general. It would be able to pick up things that are public and not encrypted.
Mm-hmm.
let me think about. Okay. Yeah. I don't see any reason not to let you roll that one or ask that one, if that's what you want to ask. There's enough evidence of communication between the domed cities.
Okay, so there is some form of communication that we can pick out. It's just a matter of what that scan would basically be to pick up what it actually is.
Yes, it would.
Okay. You go with that, Jay?
So long as you are. Do you think it's a reasonable question?
I think it is. I'd be curious what they're talking. What sort of communications pass between the domes.
Okay.
And there's every good chance I'll have another question. Oh, never mind. This is another scene, though, right?
This is another scene.
Yeah, this would be difficulty 10, right?
This is a difficulty 10.
Yeah. Surely I can't fail that twice in a row. Okay.
What did you even roll the first time?
1 and a 2.
Oh, man. Okay. You are able to pick up and not necessarily decode, but make it. I guess, yeah, decoding is the right word. Decode their data transmission protocols. Not quite hacking, so Nemesis doesn't automatically do it, but she's just automatically done it here, with her reroll. And it is kind of a bit of a foreign communication protocol. That's why she had a little bit of trouble with it. But once you do decode it,
protocols don't bother me. Well, at least data protocols don't.
Data protocols don't, yeah. But once she does decode it, you are seeing kind of a few things. There's entertainment channels with very reserved actors. Just a single person on the screen staring, looking right at the camera. There's no real non-verbal acting to speak of, and it could hardly be called acting. It's just somebody that is reciting poetry.
Is one of the channels Hypnotoad?
None of the channels are Hypnotoad.
Dang. Thought we'd found Hypnotoad time.
There's a channel that is appears to be trading information about the separate cities, and it's not very detailed. It is simply population is healthy, population growth, plus such and such percent. And then there's something a little bit more disturbing once you've seen the supposed poetry and the broadcasts from authority seeming figures, and that's a channel where somebody is reciting colony laws. The laws are things that you would expect to tell cattle if cattle were intelligent enough to understand what you were telling it. Your feeding period has been changed from 6 to 7 up to 8 to 9.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember which one. I need to read. I don't think I've read either one. It's either 1984 or Brave New World. Regardless,
this is That's not the specific sort of lie I'd expect in. Well, it's not the specific sort of lie I'd expect in 1984, because that's more of a
like Fallout Shelter from Fallout.
Yeah, kind of.
I can see that.
Combined, there was a Kristen Stewart movie that also has some inspiration here.
Is it? The Island.
I don't.
Where all the kids are clones, and then spoilers, they're only kept alive so that they can be the harvest. They can be harvested for their organs, but they call it getting to go to the island.
No, it was the one where they couldn't have emotions.
I mean, that's Kristen Stewart all the time, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's what makes her so beautiful.
Dunked upon.
Dunked. Wait, you just complimented her.
Get dunked upon.
Hey. Hey, Nemesis.
Do
you think you could?
Sorry.
Equals?
Yeah. A little bit of equals and Gattaca.
Okay.
Gattaca. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't finish watching Gattaca.
It's
kind of.
It's pre-internet.
It's slow. Yeah. Like slow is the way to do it. Is describe it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we gain anything from boosting the signal and sending it or boosting these signals and sending them as communications to Kanagiris for them to pick up and hear what's going on in Ecos. That might be an interesting thing to do.
I mean, it could also be like religious rules.
Actually, that's a good question. Does any of it seem particularly religious?
Roll me a. Oh, what would even that be? Something akin to a culture roll.
Probably no. Or connect, maybe.
I'm actually leaning more towards notice for the intuition part of it, or connect. But I'm gonna appeal more to character backgrounds.
Administration is plausible if it's an organized religion.
Okay.
Since theology is definitely predicated in administration.
I'll answer this for Zoe and Jai. This is not background knowledge for either of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But for Charlie and Nemesis, do you think either of your characters would have the kind of, or have had the kind of background where they might be able to see something that is mired in religious dogma, but not overtly, and kind of suss that out using a notice, or connect check?
No, I don't think Nemesis would be able to.
I mean, Charlie grew up on Yield Hidden Religion Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if anyone, it would be Charlie. So I don't know Charlie's full background.
Do you think that fits in, Nox?
I was going to say, possibly mistakenly, that all of the religion stuff on Coast is pretty much in your face, and since the literal interpretation of it wasn't ever that important, it may not be quite as much of a stick as it appears to be.
Yeah, I guess the Kosian religion didn't really have a dogma, so to speak.
I dealt with the dogma of those closed-minded ivory tower academics every day of my life, Dexter.
I mean, I'm just thinking Kos and Jai. I remember Jai convincing some of the people that had strayed from their religion to go back to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was not on purpose.
That was great.
I think that Kos had enough unwritten and unspoken rules that Nox, if you want Charlie to roll that, I wouldn't bat an eye.
Okay. Would it be connect or no?
Connect, notice, or no. All of which with wisdom.
Okay. I'll go with connect.
Okay.
Surprisingly fine roll.
Yeah. There are some what seemed to Charlie with his background on Coast, where the unspoken and unclear is expected to be clear. These are religious rites that are, not spoken as religion, that are not made clear as religion rituals. But to him, yeah, this is a religious list of rules.
A very strenuous list from the sound of it, if they're designating feeding times.
Conform.
Fine nerfs.
Drink more slurm.
There's to make it even more disturbing. There's even one that says that expression of gratitude is disallowed for the next 3 days.
What?
Also, it's cult stuff.
Hilarious.
Cool.
Really weird stuff.
That's amazing. I fucking wish that was true all the time. You never have to say thank you anymore.
No, it's not you never have to say thank you. It is you are forbidden from saying thank you.
Yeah, well, I mean, that just makes sense. You wouldn't want anybody to think you owed them.
Man, these are weird.
These are great.
I'm tempted to just crack open one of these domes.
Like a nut.
Like a nut.
Put it in the hydraulic press.
Is there? Oh, hold on. Is there any chance we could do the hook in the whole infraspace scanner, the ghost detector?
Into the ship scanner?
Hmm?
Into the ship scanner, you mean? You want to hook it into the ship scanner?
Yeah, I thought we had something like or no, I'm trying to remember if that was something that worked or not.
It was. It kind of.
My thought process is I'm kind of thinking, the just back to like the black ships kind of thing. I'm thinking like the black. One thing with the black smoke entities was they enjoyed. I'm probably overthinking, but it's like, oh, they enjoy like the suffering and all that. Like they tortured the guy.
Well,
these are their batteries.
They also did create like the not the black smoke entities, the other ones that were. I forget the precise name of them, Dex.
I think it was the Vega.
The Vega sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
The Viva Las Vega.
Terrible.
Yeah, the Vega did perpetuate a cult on Charlie's home planet, which I'm not really sure how Charlie reacts to that idea, but
wait a second, is all religion just No.
Yeah.
It's all based on Vegas.
Well, do you want to try and have Zoe hook up the survey scanner as kind of a not survey scanner, the her survey scanner, her entity detecting survey scanner, to your survey sensor array as kind of a jury rigged thing?
Yeah, if it's something we can do, like I guess, like I said, it's like infraspace activity or however it works.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
This could lead into Zoe actually considering to extend the range of her scanner, or at least make an interface for the ship as an ongoing project. I kind of dropped the ball on you guys on the projects, but I am.
Well, admittedly, we've been basically paused for the last.
Yeah, that's why I haven't felt bad about dropping the ball.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Why don't you go ahead and roll me an int fix for Zoe to hook that up into the survey sensor array without blowing it out. And this is going to take you a few more hours. I'm going to say that this takes 3 hours pending Zoe's roll. That is not going to do it.
Okay, well, do I have my reroll back by now?
Yes, you do.
Since I went and took a nap, I hope I do.
Yes, you do.
Usually naps split up scenes. Oh, geez.
Problema.
That will do it. And
Nice.
it does only take you the 3 hours, but fortunately for you and all the crew, this is slowly pushing up to yet another day passed after all of your activities.
Nice.
Now Nemesis just needs to make a scan check using the sensors to correctly interpret the new information that is coming through.
Let's see what happens. I don't have a reroll.
Is there any way I can help with this?
Uh-huh.
Possibly just based on what I've seen, based on my knowledge that I've gleaned from investigating these infraspace entities myself, and
I assume you also helped develop the sensor too, right?
Yeah, I did, and of course, I am the only one who has visited the infraworld myself, because you are all too fucking cowardly to go in.
Look, you saw what happened to my drones.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and roll. Is No okay for that help?
No is okay for that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, you've got a +1 from Jai.
All right, so total modifier 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think my target's 11 now. Crap. It was 11, right? Yeah, because
it is 11.
8, 9, 10. This is the 11. Mm-hmm. Another 1 and 2. My God. These sensor rolls. Like, what is this curse? 3 roll. I have 3 of these rolls. I roll a 1 and 2. 3 out of what? 6 rolls total.
And you used your reroll.
Yeah.
I guess I'll ask Dex.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll at an increased difficulty to do that check?
No, once a fail on the sensors is confirmed, you really can't get any more data.
Okay.
And I think this is not necessarily Nemesis's failure. It's not anyone's failure. It took weeks for Zoe to figure out how to detect these things within a few meters, and then she was able to extend that range out to 200 meters. And be more granular about what data she was picking up. And right now, it's picking up too much. You can't pick out what all is coming in, what's new relevant data, and what's new. Holy crap! Where's all this data coming from? Why is all of this being fed into the sensors? You can certainly. The way sensor scans work mechanically is you can wait 24 hours and you've basically got a reset. You can try it all again. And that also makes perfect sense for this fiction as it has gone. Is right now your sensors are so jammed up that it's bottlenecking somewhere. You're going to have to do some deep work on the system, clear out some of the data, figure out what needs to be filtered out, and it's going to take a whole day to do all that.
By me.
So you've got a choice of either going down to Ecos with the information that you have right now, or continue to orbit and try again in a day.
Yeah, I'm also curious about like the damage to the ship. Basically, how big a threat are those the black ships on here? You know, because technically, even if it is or not the same black ships, we still don't really know what their armaments are. So I'm like curious. Like I guess like. Looking at the damage on the ship wreckage on the surface and stuff like that.
With your survey sensor array, that is a non-list or an unlisted question that I'd be willing to let you ask.
Okay, but yeah, we'll have to do the reset first.
Yeah.
Anyone opposed to waiting?
Doesn't sound like it.
No, I'm actually tempted to just go in and see for ourselves, but just go.
Yeah. Well, wait, it sounds. I think we'll have a week to think about it.
Yeah, that's fair. It is 5 o'clock, or 3 o'clock, whatever.
6 o'clock.
Yeah, whatever time zone you're in.
Whatever time we end normally.
All right, I'll pose up a question for you to feed me a little bit of information over the week. We'll go ahead and call this the end of a session here. Unless anybody has any last in-character or out-of-character comments they want to make.
I think like I'm good. I'm just, it's like I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm thinking along the lines of the whole smoke stuff, or the Vega and all that jazz.
I mean, this whole place can't just all tie back into the smoke people.
I know, right? I know it's crazy, but what if?
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, it's like if we have the tools.
It's almost like this whole place has some sort of central narrative.
No, this is a sandbox, Xander.
Oh yes, of course it is. Of course it is.